Hi, it's Matt Kendall here with my sort of aviator headset on going on. I'm speaking with Isabelle at the moment. We've just done her consultation of her case studies, which she completed, and very quickly as well, because she only did the training a month ago. I think it was last month. So when you do IEMT training, you're asked to do 2 case studies, and that's work with 2 people for 2 hours each, 2 sessions each, and to write them up so I can check them. So Isabelle is becoming a practitioner today. Once she joins the association, I'll be able to give her a certificate. And this again is just another chat, another sort of experience of somebody who's been going through the IEMT training. Now, Isabelle is in Thailand, and that's where she actually did the training, because everything is on Zoom now. So you can basically be anywhere in the world. So hello, what time is it where you are at the moment as well? Because it is...
it's 7:49 p.m.
Oh, okay, because it's 10 to 1 here. So you're in the evening there.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes.
Right. So let's start at the beginning. What is your background in therapy, coaching, all that malarkey? So tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I started to study, I think a lot of people know it as biofeedback or biodecoding. Basically, it's holistic kinesiology, and it's working with the psychology of the anatomy. So my background is people coming to me with pains, disease, illnesses, and things like that. But obviously, through my work, I realized that a lot of it has to do with their mindset, their beliefs about themselves. So it allowed me to really kind of branch off on many different avenues. I studied NLP, I'm doing inner child work, a lot of things to help people get in touch with their emotion memories that are kind of getting them, like having them stuck.
Okay. And were you doing this, or were you doing this full time as a career, working with people? Or?
Yeah, so I've been in the wellness industry for about 7 years now, doing all sorts. Yes, yeah.
Okay. So out there in Thailand, how on earth did you come across IEMT? Did you have any experience of EMDR or anything like that, or what was it?
Well, this is a really interesting thing, is that about in 2010, I had, after a really bad breakup, I felt like I needed help, and I went to see a psychologist, and I had 3 sessions with him. And on the 3rd session, he did something with my eyes, and I did not remember what it was called, but he did something with my eyes. And when I left his clinic, I felt like a veil had been lifted up, like from my eyes. I don't know how to explain it better, but it's almost like I was in a fog, and the fog, then I was just looking at reality differently. And I never thought about it again until this year. And somehow in a conversation, someone tells me about eye movement, and I'm like, yeah, remember I had that done one time, and it was so effective. So the person tells me, like, yes, it's EMDR and blah, blah, blah. So I start looking into it. And obviously, I don't have a background in psychology. I don't have a master's in psychology. So when I started to look into it, I saw that I was like in a dead end, but started to kind of continue looking. And then I found you. I found a video of you, and I was so happy. I was just like thrilled that I could learn more about this.
Was it just on searching on YouTube, was it?
I believe it was like a video of you. I can't even remember what it was, but it was your face, and there you were, and you were talking about what is the difference, I think, between IEMT and EMDR. And I was like, okay, that's it. I need to do this.
Fabulous. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been in the wellness space for 7 years. You had, it sounds like it probably was like EMI or something, some eye movement technique, which obviously was very beneficial, very effective for you. You then started to research it. You found, because I put a lot of content out, as you probably see, so you found a video of me, and then you researched it. Then you contacted me. I can remember saying, yeah, I want to do the course and everything. So you attended the course. I think it was about a month ago, wasn't it? About 4 weeks ago. So it wasn't long ago. Yeah. So from being in Thailand, because I know you're on a different time kind of shift over there, different time zone. what did you think of the course as a whole? So basically thinking about the content, the way it was presented, working with people, the changes you experienced, the changes that you saw. So all of those things, how was it going through the weekend, those different aspects?
So I was, I was a little bit nervous because of the time change, and it was going to be quite late for me, you know, and then I thought, oh my God, am I going to be able to retain, am I going to be able to stay awake, you know, because at some point I think it was like midnight.
Yeah.
So, but I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed the course. I think that the information is clear, it's presented well. And I like the fact that it's really thought through, and the way that you've structured it. So it's easy to follow. And I love how you were making like the different rooms so we would learn about
the breakout
technique,
rooms,
the breakout, and then go and practice it so that it kind of, you know, like you can kind of embody it. It's not just on the mind, you experience it, and then you see the results in other people. And actually, some of the results were really amazing to see the shifts, and the fact that, you know, you can also see the deviation in the eyes. So you see how someone is actually processing something. So I really, really enjoyed it. I like the fact that it was a small kind of intimate group, you know, 10 people was perfect. And I really enjoyed it.
Cool. Because, you know, I talk about this, the way that I structure the course, it's all done in modules, and we do it from 9:30 till about 5. And not every module, but a main module. So for each technique, I introduce it and explain, I teach the module. I then do a demonstration with somebody in the class. You then go into the breakout rooms to go and do the thing. And then we have a review. So then everyone comes back into the main room. I like to go through every single person to make sure they've understood it, they've got it. If they need more time, I'll put people back into the rooms again so they can complete the things. I like people to experience it both as a practitioner and as a client, you know, each technique. And then we just review what the changes have been. And did you experience any personal changes yourself over the weekend?
Yeah, I don't know if you will remember, but I think one of my biggest thing in my life, a big theme in my life is that I'm not good enough. And I can see how this is affecting me in so many ways, right? And I've done a lot of work on it, but still, it was still bugging me. So I asked you to do one of the examples.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. And so it was interesting because it's almost like I didn't have an emotion anymore attached to it, but it was like the idea of belief. I don't know even how to explain it. It's almost like I've believed that I'm not good enough for all these things for so long. There's no charge, but the voice inside me is still telling me this.
Yeah.
So we did one of the process on it, and the shift is it's so difficult to put into words. It's almost like your reaction is different. The thought comes, but instead of following the thought and saying, oh yeah, that's true, I'm not good enough, and just closing everything and giving up, you're like, okay, yeah, I see the thought is there, but it doesn't have power anymore.
Yeah.
And that's been an amazing change for me.
Brilliant. It's like, I've got a light here, a lamp here. It's turned off, but it's still there. There's no power going to it.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
So with IEMT, we're not removing stuff. It's not like I've got a phone and we're removing it in that sense. It's basically, we're turning stuff off. We're taking the power out of them.
Yeah.
Cool. So, and what have you thought? Because obviously, since you did the course as well, there's a lot of aftercare stuff. So basically, the way that I see this, when you pay your money to do the course, half of it's for the course, half of it's for after the course. Yeah. So what's it been like, sort of speaking, connecting with, getting help and stuff since the course?
It's been amazing. Yeah, the support has been amazing. Like we have on Facebook, WhatsApp, and everyone has been so responsive. You've been amazing. I don't know if you ever rest, or sleep. But it seems like, yeah, no, you've been super responsive, very helpful. If I had question on emails, anything, yeah, the support is really great.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because you've got your own WhatsApp group and everything. People
Yes.
are texting me there now, which I'll get to in a bit, but which is really good because then people can interact. And I think that you put, was it right? You put a thing in the group as well, and the Facebook group to do some practice sessions.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So basically, I've got a group now which has just gone over 1,000 people, of either practitioners or those who are just interested in IEMT. And what I'm also going to set up as well for everyone who's been through my course and who's going to go through my course, I'm going to do a monthly Q&A practice session, coaching session, where basically it'll be on Zoom, and it'll be any questions that you have, and then any techniques that you actually want to practice. We'll put you into breakout rooms as well, and that will all be included in the course as well. So the big thing is you learned these techniques. You had a weekend of me and 9 other people, but everything that I sort of really care about with IEMT is how have you used it and you're going to use it in the future. So the way that I like to structure, I'd like to structure it so much that when you apply it, it's as easy to use as it can possibly be without being overwhelmed. Obviously, you're doing new stuff with people who don't know what it's going to be like, but what was it like taking these tools and applying them with your case studies and other people, and what's it been like?
Yeah, so for example, like in the case studies, I really followed your instructions and the structure of how you know, because I'm learning as well, and it's not like I've been practicing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
So I really followed your structure, which was very helpful to have this kind of guideline. You know, we start with this, you do this, and then if you encounter this, these are the steps, these are the protocols. And the results have been incredible. Wow. And the feedback that I got, and people amazement, you know, so for some people, they've never heard of this, even, you know, IEMT or EMDR.
Yeah.
And to just bring this, they're like, so curious to know, like, what is it? But then they experience it, and you can see like the confusion almost in their face, like
the bewilderment.
Happening? Yes. And it was good to have the 2 sessions, because when my case studies came back, the second session, I could just check, like, so, you know, the work that we've done last week, what's going on with this? And they're like, wow, you know what? Like, one of them was telling me, like, it's almost like you're talking to me about something that is so irrelevant. Like, why did I even have a problem with this? So I'm like, great, wonderful, you know, so it's working. And now moving forward, because I work with people that it's like, there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of limiting belief. The people that I work with, there's a lot of that. So now when I'm doing my sessions, when these things come up, I can just say, okay, so, you know, and then it's fitting so well into what I'm doing. It's just like, I can just slide a little thing. Let's, you know, like, let's move something. And then they're like, wow, okay, open them up. You know, it's like, open them up, release some of the baggage that they're carrying. And it's
I always say with IEMT, you can use it on its own, or you integrate it with something else with what you're already doing. And it makes whatever you're doing work better.
Exactly.
So if you're doing talking therapy, if you're doing CBT or hypnosis, whatever you're doing, introducing IEMT into that, using the techniques as and when you need them, will make everything work just better. And let me ask you, from a practitioner point of view, what's it done for your confidence as a practitioner, and also as your reputation as a practitioner?
So this is an interesting question, okay? Because none of the, how can I say? It's interesting because the biodecoding, let's say, for example, you know, it was a 1-year course. And even that, even though it took a lot of time and dedication, I feel even more confident to say that I've done the IEMT training, even though it was just a weekend, because the results are like almost tangible. I can see it. I can see it in the face. I can see how just even the demeanor, the body, I can feel it. So I feel so positive, so happy that I found this technique. Yeah, I love it.
You're saying that when you work with people, they just tell everyone, you know?
Yes, exactly. So now, like I've had some case studies and these people are already telling other people like, oh, wow, I've tried this. I had never heard about this. The results were so amazing. You should try it.
Brilliant.
So yeah, definitely a positive
Excellent.
on all angles.
And if people want to find you or connect with you, are you on social media? Do you have websites? What's the best way to connect?
It's, I don't have a lot of presence on social media.
Okay.
I'm not a big social media person, but I do have a Facebook page.
Okay.
But my name is French. It's a little bit hard. I don't know how's the best way to, maybe you can
I'll put a link to it. Yeah.
Okay,
You just send me an email and I'll put a link to it.
Okay.
And
Yes.
are you going to be offering sessions online for people as well?
Absolutely. Yep. Yes. And like I said, I combine them with the other tools that I've learned and that I've been working with for many years to get like the most effective.
And what's your sort of ideal client? What kind of things is it that you work on people with?
For me, it's, oh, wow, it's a little bit of everything, but I don't think I have like a very specific, I can do a lot. With the tools that I have,
Okay.
I can help a lot of people. It's not like I have just one thing. If people feel stuck in their lives for many different reasons, I have something to help them for sure.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I always end with this last thing. You found me on YouTube. You saw like videos and stuff. What do you have to say to people who are doing some research or maybe came across this serendipitously? From somebody who's been through the training and using it now, to somebody who's watching this video, who's on the fence about doing the course, what do you have to say to them?
I would say just if you've thought about it, just do it. Even if you don't want to become a practitioner, let's say, but for the effects on yourself, to just be in that kind of container, to be in a safe place and to learn it to more than just like receiving a session, you understand how like this mind works. And so I would say just go for it. Really, like give yourself a present, give yourself a gift to learn about how your mind is working. And I think you're a wonderful teacher. And it was really, such a beautiful experience.
Well, thank you very much joining us from Thailand today. What's goodbye in Thai?
Well, you know what? I don't even know because I don't speak Thai, but I know how to say hello and it's sawadika, but I can say thank you, kap kun ka.
Thanks. I say that we don't know anyway. Thank you so much for your time today. And I look forward to keeping in contact with you in the groups and the WhatsApps and stuff and seeing what you go on and achieve.
All right. Thank you.